Alright, welcome to the video on solving two-step equations. Before you continue the video lesson, please make sure that you locate this page of guided notes so that you have it as we go through all of the examples. We're going to do a total of 4 examples together, and then I'm going to give you some practice problems that you'll do, and then I'll provide the answers to those so that you can check your answers before you move into the individual practice. So let's look at this first example. We have x plus 6 over 4 equals 9. Because we are looking at a fraction, we automatically know that that means division. And one of the rules that we learned is the opposite of division is multiplication. So what we're going to do for this problem is to multiply both sides by 4. Over here on the left-hand side, those 4s are going to cancel. And so that leaves you with x plus 6. And then 9 times 4 gives you the 36 that you see on the right-hand side. Your next step is going to be to subtract 6 from both sides. When you subtract that 6, it goes here and here. And so we have x equals 30 as our final answer. For our second example, the first thing that we're going to do is subtract that 2t. Because we're trying to get all the variables on the same side. Because 6t is already on the left, we're going to move the 2t to that same side. And when you do that, 6 minus 2 gives you 4, and those two cancel out. So 4t equals 8. And then our next step, because again, we're trying to isolate the variable, is to get rid of the 4. The opposite of multiplication is division, so we're going to divide both sides by 4. Alright, so let's look at the third example. We have 10 equals 8x, 10 minus 8x equals 50. I'm sorry. So the first thing that we're going to do is to get rid of this 10. The way we get rid of the 10 is by subtracting. What that looks like is a minus 10 on both sides. So negative 8x equals 40. And again, to isolate the variable, we get rid of the coefficient in the front. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 8. And so we end up with x equals negative 5. All right, this is our final example that we'll walk through together. So we have 7 minus 1/2 x equals 3. So the first thing we do, just like in the previous example, the only difference here is that we have this fraction in front of x. So I wanted to show you what to do just in case you were to encounter a fraction in a two-step equation. So again, our first step is to subtract 7. And 3 minus 7 gives you this negative 4 right here. That negative 4 right there. And then again, those two values should always cancel. If they don't cancel, then you need to go back, check your steps because something might have gone incorrectly. So our last step is to multiply both sides by negative 1/2. There's a video on fractions and solving equations with fractions if you need a refresher. I'm sorry, I did that incorrectly. It should be multiplying by the reciprocal. All right, so let's restart this problem. So we said we're going to start. Sorry, I forgot to turn the pen back on. So we're going to start by subtracting 7. And that gave us this negative 1/2 x equals negative 4. And then when you multiply by the reciprocal of the fraction, which is negative 2 on both sides, that is how we get x equals 8 as our final answer. Alright, so I want you to try these 4 problems on your own. They're the exact same ones that are right there on your notes page because I want you to get a little bit of practice in before you have to do it for submission. So do these 4 problems. Make sure you do them right there on your notes page. And if you have any questions before you check your answer, reach out to one of the teachers and we can assist you in the process. So pause the video for a second, Try those 4, get as far as you can, and if you need help, make sure you ask someone before you proceed to the answers. All right, so here are the answers for the first 2. And then the last 2. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions.